December 19th, 1970, the International Friendship Banquet Committee sponsored the International Christmas Friendship Banquet at Bimbo's Restaurant in San Francisco. Over 650 people from San Francisco and the Bay Area came to this wonderful evening. The many guests proceeded into the entry hall where they were greeted by members of the International Re-education Foundation who were co-sponsoring the evening. The many guests proceeded to a guest book where they signed their names and then spoke to each other, anticipating a wonderful evening. The guests represented many different ages, races, nationalities, different positions in the community, from government, different churches, religions, educational groups, the whole and many various groups, many and various representatives from our wonderful society and community here in San Francisco. A man from Pakistan, from the Philippines, from Japan, from Germany, from Sweden, England and France, North America and South America. A truly international evening. The guests signed their name in the guest book and received a friendship badge, signifying the meaning of the evening. International friendship, hands joined together around the world. The International Christmas Banquet was to give mankind hope for world peace. Here the guests proceed into the main dining area, anticipating the beginning of the evening. 6:30, the main doors were open. Within 20 minutes, most of the guests had arrived, and by 7 o'clock were beginning to seat, preparing for the dinner. now if you'll turn to the inside front cover of your program, you'll see the song Let There Be Peace on Earth, and we'd all like to sing it before dinner. Here are members of the audience.
This is Michael Water, President of the Re-education Foundation and Secretary to the International Christmas Banquet Committee. He's reading the Proclamation of Peace.
Awareness since the first pages of human history, and has repeated a tragic and bloody existence in pursuit of individual or group benefit. On the other hand, some men of righteousness, conscience, and saintliness have had a great passion for mankind, dedicated their lives to changing our mournful history, became lights of love and truth, and guided a turbulent humanity towards whatever goodness that exists today. In this era, the conflicts within the individual's false nature have been projected onto a global scale, and thus we now face the threat of nuclear war. From a different perspective, man's rationality and his conscience have developed through the truths revealed by great men of both science and religion. Accordingly, the voice for a common humanism and peace beyond the differences of race and nationality is heard in every corner of the world. History truly has come to the crossroads of good and evil, and joy and sorrow. We who live in such an era have to renew the recognition that we are the same humanity, united as brothers and sisters from one Father. With this recognition and awareness, you can take your brother's suffering as your own in the sharing of his sweat. His sorrow is your own in the sharing of his tears. His joy is your own in the sharing of his smile. We must give unconditionally and receive gratefully. We shall bring a common purpose and understanding amidst ideological...
And in true Christmas spirit, here, everyone is celebrating, and here's Santa Claus. And jingle bells.
There's more representatives from the Army, from the Iranian Council, from the German Council. There again is the head table with Judge Kennedy, Dr. Bode, Mrs. Che, Dr. Butts, Mr. Che, Mr. Coffin from the mayor's office. All the waitresses dressed in native costumes were members of our foundation as the busboys.
guests seem to be really enjoying themselves. Wonderful meal, good music, and very good spirit. Good friendships being made and being gained, being developed. Now we begin with the entertainment part of our program.
David Hose spoke about what a wonderful evening we were having and how good the spirit was. Also, he's preparing to introduce the speakers we were having, beginning with Mrs. Margaret Cozen, who is the chairman of the dinner. Also, we're introducing the many representatives of the foreign countries, the 24 who sent representatives, the speakers, and the representatives of the business, and all of those who represented a large portion of the society. This is Mrs. Margaret Cozen, who is the chairman of the dinner this evening.
This is Mrs. Margaret Cozen, who is the chairman of the dinner this evening.
Of the United States of America, distinguished consuls general, vice consuls of various countries of the world here in San Francisco, the clergy, I have seen here Bishop Golden of the United Methodist Church of the United States of America. I have seen Rabbi White of the great Jewish community of California. And I have seen so many here this evening as I went around to the tables wishing and thanking everyone, appreciating your presence and hoping that you will come again and make a success as we hope to be of the future. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, representatives of various organizations of San Francisco, whether they're peace organizations or whether they're not peaceful, it doesn't matter because they're going to become peaceful in a very short time. And representatives of the Foreign Student Center, my wonderful committee. I practically did nothing, believe me, ladies and gentlemen. I did very, very little to promote this banquet. It was the committee who did it. And I want to thank them before I say anything else. This marvelous committee of dedicated people.
The Master of Ceremonies, David Hose, then announced the various representatives and introduced them one by one to speak. And here is the representative of the mayor's office, Mr. Coffin, who is going to speak for Mayor Alioto, who could not be present this evening. Then, following representatives of the mayor's office, the representatives of the armed forces spoke, of the different churches, of different educational groups, cultural groups, many groups who were represented this evening, as well as the 26 nations who sent representatives from the consulates and their flags, which we see in the background. Here, one by one, the special guests are being introduced and applauded as they stand. And
Now the New Age Band, under the direction of Vincent Dudalao, is going to play the overture for the evening. first of the entertainment, international entertainment, a German men's singing choir. They sang some very beautiful traditional German songs.
Their singing very much set a warm glow in people's hearts. Following the German group, Japanese music, Japanese dance, little Japanese culture.
Part of our program, we're going to be jumping across the Atlantic Ocean this time to Scotland, and we have the Lockheed Pipe Band for you. Bagpipers and two dancers. They're going to do the Scotch sword dance. will be Mr. Sangik Choi, who's the advisor of the Re-education Center and the director of the International Ideal City in Boonville, California. Mr. Choi.
This is Mr. Sangik Choi, who's the founder and advisor of the International Re-education Foundation.
Establish the peace on earth. Many people says no. So today many people seeking the peace or the happiness, not this world, but utopia, not this world, beyond the someplace else. Bluebird, not just place someplace. This has become to the gray bird. No, many people they do not believe to establish the peace on earth. Why? Because we have been existed 6,000 years of human history with blood and sweat and tears. We could not accomplish how we can accomplish. But I can say it is possible to establish peace on earth. Then why we cannot establish the peace on earth? Because we are against the truth. If we are against the truth, never, even million years, we face death, tears, blood, never. But if we follow the truth, we can accomplish sooner or later. I give you an example. 2,000 years ago, Christian group, first small group, 12 disciples, nameless. They are fishermen of certain kind of humble people. But they are movement based on the truth. Therefore, break through all kinds of difficulties. They overcome all kinds of persecution. They become the biggest religion in the world. Why? Based on the truth. Such a imperishable Holy Roman Empire, they followed by themselves. Why they perish? Because they are against the truth. Just
Dr. Harold Butts, president of Golden Gate College, is also speaking.
Participate for a couple of minutes in this wonderful evening dedicated to what we all hope for. I entirely subscribe to the sentiment, but I would like to add a somewhat different perspective, which I think we also need to bear in mind. I attended a meeting like this when I was a high school student in 1938 with people from many nationalities. Then 2 years later, we had World War II. My father told me of a meeting like this he attended in 1912, where everybody talked about peace, believed it, and yet it didn't make much difference. While we're sitting here, people are fighting, staring across rivers and canals and boundaries, and they agree with us. They believe in peace. They believe in conscientious common sense, sir. They believe in the truth. They believe in love. And yet there they are. So it seems to me, in addition to dedicating ourselves to this ideal and celebrating it, we've got to take some other approaches. It seems to me that peace, like happiness, is not something that can be pursued as an end in itself. Peace is the final result of many other things. Happiness is the result of many other things. You cannot pursue happiness. It is a state.
Judge Joseph G. Kennedy from the Municipal Court of San Francisco is going to be speaking as the third speaker.
course, Scotch is very light. That probably serves, of course, the purposes of the arrangement here this evening, because I've been asked to do so on 3 occasions.
After a few brief remarks, he got into the basic material of his speech.
Well, it's really not so. As a matter of fact, I listen to so many lawyers in my courtroom day in and day out who are extremely verbose. But I've come to conclude that brevity is the heart of discretion, and I intend to be really discreet this evening. There are several other reasons, of course, why I could not be long-winded on this exhaustive subject, even if I wanted to be. Primarily because those who have preceded me to the microphone have been so extremely profound in the statements which they have given, and in the formula which they have suggested to use a possible way by which this world can achieve peace, that any effort on my part at this time would produce nothing more than redundancy. And I'm abundantly satisfied that you do not desire to hear the same thing over again. Suffice it to say that, in my humble judgment, such a difficult subject as this can be reduced perhaps to 2 basic thoughts insofar as this broad audience is concerned. Let me say at the outset, the very fact that we are here, the very fact that we are all enjoying these presentations from different parts of the world, demonstrates the possibility of all of us living together in peace and in harmony. I think the genesis of man will adequately illustrate the possibility that whatever man has believed strongly enough in, he's always found a way to achieve it. Everything in which we've believed in, to the degree that we've been prepared to analyze it, and we've been prepared to look at the difficulties which inhere in it, the advantages which it tends to demonstrate, and to consider all of the possibilities, if we have believed strongly enough in it, then we have considered it possible of achievement. I would suggest that that very same thing is true of peace. The first thing we have to do is to believe that we can achieve peace. It's important for people throughout the world to understand...
Judge Kennedy was the last of the 3 major speakers. Senator Milton Marks also came up to speak a few words representing Governor Reagan and the state of California.
I'm delighted to be here on this very significant occasion, join with you and join with all of us, and hoping that out of this will come an era of peace. I think it's quite significant that we're being here in San Francisco, which is the scene of the start of the United Nations, just a few miles away from here, where the United Nations first took its start. I think the fact that we are here representing many races, enjoying ourselves together, singing together, working together, and praying together is a very significant thing, and indicates that if we can work together here...
So this evening was the first effort by many people, conscientious people in San Francisco, to get together many good friends to make the first effort towards bringing about a new world of hope and a new world of peace. We hope that this isn't the last effort. Over 600 people came to this dinner, and we hope many more can come in the future. Soon we hope people all over the world can be gathering together at dinners to speak, but more importantly, after dinner, to go out to work, to start making the new world, to take the ideas that have been spoken and to put them into effect, to bring about peace in this world, hope for mankind. We really hope that through this dinner, the result can come like throwing a pebble into a pool, that the ripples can reach out further and further into the world. These young people have dedicated themselves to bringing about world peace. We hope that soon many, many young people can be working, because we all have the same goal, to bring about this goal of peace. Young and old, from every nation, in the present and in the future. World peace is our goal, and we shall not be kept away from it.